Hey guys, what's up? PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Ondo today. And going all the way back here on Ondo, we do see an explosive 5-wave move to the upside to around June of 2024. And then we have a 3-wave move down. We have this 3-wave move down. We then have a 3-wave move up, and then a 5-wave move to the downside to finalize our C wave. Now, there is a possibility that this is a running flat and the correction is done right over here at the 78.6% fib at around 68 cents. You guys see how we came down to the 786 over here? I'll make this red so you guys can see how we came down to this 786 when we take a fib from this low here in July 24 up to this high in December 2024. You see how we came down to this 786 right here? There is a possibility that's the low, and then this is a running flat, meaning that this C wave doesn't terminate all the way back down to the lows or go beyond the lows. It just terminates, it fails to terminate all the way down, right? So what I'm thinking over here on Ondo going forward is that it would just come down to form this right shoulder within an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Right, you have a slanted neckline like this, and then you come down for your right shoulder towards these retracements. The next retracements would be 84 cent at the 50% fib, 80 cent at the 618, and 77 to 74 cent at the 702 and the 786. If in the case we lose 74 cent on the daily time frame, then it's very likely that we're going to go in for a little bit of an extended C wave, maybe have a regular flat pattern or an expanded flat where we sweep the lows at around 53 cent and then bottom out right over here. Okay, so that's the second scenario. Either we pop up from these interim fibs or we come down below 74 cent and just then finalize this wave 5 of C to the downside. Then we can go ahead and start our next leg, which would take us around $4.60 to $7. It really depends where this correction finishes, right? If 68 cent was the low, then we can take a fib from this high in December down to this low. But if we end up going lower in the near term and go below 68 cent, then we would have to extend this just a little bit. And the targets wouldn't change that much. We'd still be looking at around the $4.50 to $5 range and the $6.80 to $7 range, right? It just depends where the current price action takes us. So this is what I see with Ondo. What we can do is take a look at the stock RSI, see if there's any forms of confluence we have here. Now, the daily stock RSI is at the low. However, this may take some time to play out, right? It would need to come down a little bit, and then we would need to see a move back. We need to see a move back up to 21, the reading of 21 on the stock RSI. And when we take a look at the 3-day, we're still at the highs here. So there is some more room to come down. We can take a look here at the RSI. On the 3-day, on the daily, right? So maybe we come down just a little bit more on the daily RSI to tap into this oversold territory one more time, and then maybe even form some Class C bullish divergence or a slight higher low. We'll see how it plays out, but so far these are the supports that you want to be looking at for a bounce. Okay, these interim supports right here. But if we lose the 702, 786, then you know that we're going to come down for this wave 5 of our C to the downside. Now, this is either an impulsive move to the upside or a corrective one. Either way, once this current correction finishes right over here, then we can go in for the next leg in the markets. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you really love the content, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord, where you get access to over 350 assets. You guys can ask me any question you want and connect with me one-on-one. Peace out and take it easy. See you guys in the next one.